Hello, everyone. This is Axel from K Group. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We're very excited to tell you a little bit about what we do and how we work. Thank you for being with us. Today's topic is about change initiatives. How successful are they? Change initiatives that are failing, there are 70% globally that are failing. 81%, so it's higher. So the unwritten rules are important in organizations in Japan. This is what McKinsey is saying. There are quite a lot of unwritten rules. At the same time, there's quite a lot of on-the-job training because of these unwritten rules and the interpretations of the job description. So there's less the centralized approach of rolling out a training and then changes being done. We're aligning assumptions and narratives, and we're going to talk about narratives a little bit later on, and moving the audience from silence, so a lot of quiet members, to participating and debating. So those are a couple of things that we are covering today. And what's different in our approach to change besides being a facilitator as a process coach? So one is change is emotional, it's political, and there's a narrative. Change is not a linear process. We are tackling a psychological aspect in a subtle way. So we're not psychotherapists, so we're not going very deep, but we are using methods, and we have the so-called hard facts like strategy, structure, and skills, which is visible. It's more the conscious level. And then we've got the subconscious level, and we've got frameworks to cover these. So how does this all come together? What does it look like? We do this in a three-step approach, and not just, here's the workshop, let's go, but we prepare the workshop with the two interviews beforehand. And then we can look at strategic topics, organizational structural topics, organizational culture topics in the workshop and work with it. The team building would be, how do we create a common team vision? How do we create rules of engagement and collaboration, getting to know each other, having a collaboration experience, and similar kind of things. But then at the same time, we can say, well, these topics popped up. How do we explore the underlying issues? How do we capture the different perspectives, points of view, and how do we negotiate solutions? So first of all, I mentioned strategic topics. The other one are organizational structure topics. And the last one are organizational culture issues. A couple of examples, the recent ones, I mentioned it also, bridging functional silos, which could be related because of the regional structure, because people in Japan are reporting into the APAC headquarters and not together here, or it's just sales and marketing not talking to each other. The other one is the vertical organizational alignment and sales, which I just mentioned. So there's a cascading down of what the strategy is, and then it's left up to the people in the field to do something with it, but we don't know what's happening. So there are compliance issues, complaints from clients. So how do we create a stronger vertical organizational alignment? Other one, which I've done also in last year in summer, is the post-merger integration. A large Japanese company has bought a foreign company, and how do we integrate this? You can imagine that, is it a merger? So is it an addition? Is it a new culture? And all these kind of things are coming there together as well. Then we're working with one client at the moment, the cross-functional execution excellence culture. So it is a project-driven, and how to make this work without just imposing things, but still keeping the positive elements of the organization. So just a couple of examples of the work that we do. So to recap, this is a particular kind of workshop and assignment. So it is different from the other kinds of facilitation that I've mentioned, where we talk about project management, which would be more the master of ceremony kind of facilitation, or where you talk about strategy, which is more about a subject matter expert in facilitating a workshop. Here it is much more about implementing strategy. It's about making an organizational structure work. And the last one would be creating a new culture. Therefore, we have facilitation tools. We've got facilitation methods. We've got facilitation approaches and questions and frameworks to go below the surface and take care of the nonlinear nature of change.